Okay, Amazon, I'm back again. This time with a quick review on the Onvo AJ-81 Bluetooth speaker. Here's just a quick look at the box it came in. A pretty plain and simple box. It's the top half. Here's the bottom half. You're going to get a 3.5mm aux cable. It's around 3 to 3.5 feet long. You have your user manual, and you're going to get a micro USB charging cable. The speaker and the manual are going to be located in the main section here, but the accessories, the cables, are going to be located behind this little cardboard flap when you get it. Now, as far as the speaker itself, a pretty sleek little design, especially for a sub $20 speaker. That's the main reason I picked it up. I have been reviewing this guy for over 26 days, so this isn't one of those reviews where I unboxed it and I've only had about 20 seconds experience with it. This is nearly a month worth of experience. Not using it on a daily basis, a lot of weekend use, but I would say I have well over 20 hours of use on it in multiple recharge cycles. So the speaker itself has this nice piano black finish on most of the surfaces. You see it circles the back, the sides, and of course the top. You have that nice capacitive touch interface. Speaking of the interface, you do have 6 buttons. You have track back, play pause, track forward, volume down. You have your phone button for answering and hanging up calls. You have your volume up. Also in this section, you're going to have your NFC pairing area where you just tap your phone and it quickly connects. And then you're going to also have a little microphone there for the speakerphone function. Up front here, we do have two 40mm 3-watt speakers for a total of 6 watts. There's a little status LED here to just let you know that the unit is powered on. It stays blue whenever the unit's on, then turns green with the aux cable, which I'll show you in just a second. But here we have the Onvo logo, metal speaker grill, of course. Turning it around to the back, we have the on-off switch. We have a little red LED above that indicates charging. Stays red when the unit's charging, goes out, doesn't turn green or anything like that. We have our aux cable input, and then our micro USB input. At the bottom of the unit, we do have 2 rubber feet on this sort of added piece. This is a separate piece that's just screwed in. It's held in by 4 Phillips head screws at the bottom, and that covers the passive radiator, which is down firing. You can kind of make out where that is. The passive radiator is wide. It covers just about the entire length of the bottom of the unit, which is pretty good for bass. So as far as the functionality of the unit, you just turn it on, get the blue light and a nice little beep. Keep a note that the beep is low when it first starts up. Some people don't like any sound at all, but I've had some Bluetooth speakers in the past that when you turn them on, they are at full blast with this startup sound, and it's really annoying, especially in an office setting. So this is nice and subtle, very quiet starting up, so you don't have to worry about that if you're in a cubicle or an office or something like that. But there you see the status LED is always going to be blue. It does not change with battery status or pairing status. It's just a solid blue LED until you plug in the aux cable, at which point it stays a solid green LED. The only thing that flashes to let you know the unit's pairing is the actual backlighting for the buttons themselves. They'll flash constantly when the unit is pairing up, and when it's playing a song, they will also flash a couple of times a second, and they'll also come on if you activate them, as you can see here. So as far as other functions, before I get into the sound demo, this does have a pretty good speakerphone. It's not the best. It doesn't have any fancy features like your cell phone would have, like noise cancellation or anything like that. So ambient noise, if you have something like a fan running in the background, your kids are being loud in the background, or you're driving, have this on your I guess your passenger seat or something like that, it's going to pick up other noises. So this is best used in a quiet environment. It's not exactly the best, but hey, they include it and it's for cheap. So as far as other functions, this does have a weird feature that I like, and that is a maximum volume beep. So once you get up to maximum volume, it gives you that nice subtle tone to let you know you're there. I just like that because without that, I'm usually just sitting here infinitely pressing, trying to get it louder. But this does include that feature. I guess that's it as far as functionality. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. Doesn't have like a micro USB slot or a FM function. So very simple, very easy to use. Don't even really need to read the manual in order to operate it. So what I'm going to do here is play you a little sound demo. Keep in mind, this isn't going to sound the same in person as it is through the mono microphone in my camera. So I'm playing a hip-hop track, a royalty-free hip-hop track here, to just give you an idea of how loud it is and how much bass it has, because you're really not going to be able to tell mids and highs through my camera's microphone. But I'm going to walk away from the camera with the speaker a good 10 or 12 feet into another room to give you an idea of how loud it plays. Plays about as loud as my other 6-watt speaker here. This is a Photo Siren. Has a little bit less bass, I would say around 10% less bass, but the mids and highs don't sound quite as good because the speaker drivers themselves are located close to each other, so you have less of a stereo effect, whereas this guy here, you can see that the drivers are obviously outboard, and this is sort of right next to each other. So let's get on with the demo and make sure my tablet's at maximum volume, as well as the Onvo, and let's just play this track. Notice it's flashing a couple of times when it's playing. So flash a couple of times when it's playing. Can't stop it from doing that. It's a little annoying at night, but not too bad. Okay, so hopefully you got something out of that. I know it's not like hearing it in person, but the bass is pretty good. Works with pretty much all genres. I listen to hip-hop, rap, R&B. I even listen to like Chicago and Stevie Wonder and stuff like that. And everything sounds pretty good. The only thing I'll mention is that the frequency response is not good enough, as with many Bluetooth speakers. I'm talking about speakers in the $100, $200, $300 range that just don't have the frequency response because they're in small enclosures, and for the most part they don't have subwoofers. So if you're listening to like a rap song that was designed to be played through your car's audio system with very strong speakers or speakers with a subwoofer, some of the lower frequencies will not be reproduced through the speaker. But again, for the most part, sounds pretty darn good. Other things I can mention is that the 1000 milliamp hour battery works out pretty well. I have gotten up to around 10 hours of battery life listening to non-bass heavy music, and I've gotten generally around the rated 8 hours with bass heavy music. So they are rating this battery life at maximum volume, which I like. The Bluetooth range is also pretty good. It's Bluetooth 4.0. I live in a old 60-year-old house, and this has a basement. I'm in Michigan, so this is a real underground basement. And I'm able to leave my tablet upstairs on one end of the house and come down to the basement and fold clothes without losing connectivity or any static. So overall, I would rate this speaker at 5 stars, especially for the price range, and I would definitely recommend it. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.